Shut up. So this is Matty's Iron Hands 1500 points. It's a battalion and a spearhead.
Spearhead, yeah.
Yep. Absolutely lovely army. You've seen this grow over the last few months, and now we're on to 1500 points. Yeah. So Matty, go for what you got.
Okay, so like the last few weeks, months now, we've got the captain, 2 lieutenants, the 3 tactical squads with plasma and combi plasma in 2 of them, and grav and combi grav in the other. The thunderfire cannon, 2 vindicators, an ironclad, and this time we've got a leviathan with dual storm cannons.
Very, very big guns on that one. Absolutely lovely army. So you've got 1 lieutenant and 3 of these heavy units are going to be part of your spearhead.
Yeah.
Everything else part of the battalion. Absolutely cracking. What warlord trait have you gone for?
The Iron Hand one, I think he re-rolls 6s in combat, or he gets an extra attack if he rolls a 6.
Yes, and he's got feel up here effectively.
Yeah, that's right.
Brilliant, absolutely lovely. So that's a lot of men in that army. However, as we were saying earlier, my 1,000 Sons are sort of caught up now in unit wise.
Yeah.
So let's go and take a look at them. And so this is my 1,000 Sons, and if you've been keep watching the series, our Tale of 3 Gamer series, you've seen it grow, but this is 1500 points and it's looking a lot bigger, mainly because I've added some Zango in, which bulk the army up, a few enlightened on discs with bows, and of course my Demon Prince there bulks it up. Anyway, what do I have? I have 1 squad of Rubric Marines, 10 of them, with bolters, a Soul Reaper cannon and Icon of Flame, another squad with flamers, a Icon of Flame, and the Aspiring Sorcerer as a hand flamer. I have 5 Scourable Terminators with Soul Reaper cannon, Hellfire missiles, 10 Sangor, just with a Greyhorn to give them that extra 1 to their charge range, 3 Enlightened with bows, nice and cheap unit, bit of a harassing unit, ready to get objectives. My Contempted Dreadnought, Eamon Ra, he's got a Butcher cannon, a Chain Fist, I can never remember it, and a Soul Burner inside of that. Araman on disc, because he's awesome, and my Demon Prince, who's my Warlord, he's got the Aether Stride ability and the Dark Matter Crystal as his relic. And that's 1500 points of my army. It's only battalion, so I'm only getting 8 command points, so not as 1 less than Matty's. However, I'm fairly impressed with lots and lots of men now.
Yeah, it's shot up in size since last time, hasn't it? Just with the addition of those few units.
Yeah.
Looks a lot scarier.
Yeah, the last time I did suffer from just didn't seem as I had many models on board.
No, you've got a lot more ablative wounds now, haven't you? Like,
yeah.
The Zangor, the shield, and
yeah. So hopefully they'll do all right.
We'll see.
I'm not going to go over my spells now because it'll take forever. Yeah, I'll do a list. It'll come up on after this of what everybody's got. So that's my army. Let's go and look at the battlefield. And this is deployment. We're playing Cleanse and Capture, so that's 3 tactical objective cards a turn, and we are playing Search and Destroy. So over here, the 1,000 Sons are heading over the refinery. The Zangor are leading the way. 1 unit of Rubric Marines are acting as a bodyguard for Araman and my Demon Prince, and Eamon Ra is supporting them. Hiding over here by this objective are my Enlightened. I've used 1 command point, take me to 7, to put my other squad of Rubric Marines with the Warp Flamers into the Red Ray, and my Scourable Terminators are in the Teleportarian Chamber, ready to come down. And over here, facing me, we have the Iron Hands. The mighty Leviathan Dreadnought here has vast open ground to shoot my guys coming down this road, and he's supported by a Vindicator and Devastators. It's going to be a nightmare to advance upon this position. Mighty's Tactical Marines here and here, getting ready to run onto the objectives, and this Vindicator's watching this flank. And right at the back, we have the Thunderfire Cannon preventing me from deep striking behind his lines, while his captain and lieutenant are going to lend support to the Iron Hand battle line. So that's deployment. Going to roll some dice and see who goes first. Okay, so Matty's going to roll first. It's a 1. Well, I'm getting +1 to this, so yay, I got a 3. I'm going first, and yes, Matty can seize initiative. He needs a 6. No, the Iron Hands are going last. So, start turn 1 for 1,000 Suns, and I drew Defend Objective 6, which is here on the refinery here. I also drew behind enemy lines, so I have to get a unit in Matty's deployment zone and assassinate, which means I have to destroy either Matty's captain or his 2 lieutenants here, so that's going to be tricky. So, that's the end of movement phase for the 1,000 Suns. Over here, my Enlightened have advanced and are sitting on Objective 6 there, starting to defend it. Eamon Ra has moved this way, getting ready to open fire on Matty's Leviathan. My Demon Prince has flown onto the gantry here. He advanced, but he can charge and advance his turn if I'm lucky. And everything else has moved forward. My Zangor, my Moving Marines, and Araman are getting closer to the Iron Hands. That would be the end of movement phase. However, I'm going to use my Dark Matter Crystal, and I'm going to move these guys up closer. I think they'll be coming, I don't know, about 9 inches away from this guy, ready to charge. Let's go and do it. And that's that. The Demon Prince has used his Dark Matter Crystal, bended reality, and the Zangors are closer to the Iron Hands line here, getting ready to charge. Let's go on a psychic phase. Let's see how much damage we can do. And that's the end of the psychic phase. Auman casts Warp Time on my Demon Prince, so he's very close to the Leviathan here, ready for a charge. And then basically everything else went pear-shaped. I was able to cast Smite with Auman here, and he took a total wound off a Leviathan here. And my only other spell I got through was Prescience on Eamon Ra here. And that was it, nothing else got through. And I had to use Command Reroll because I miscast with my Aspiring Sorcerer over here. So not a great psychic phase. Let's go on shooting. Let's see if we can do some extra damage. That's the end of the shooting phase. My Enlightened here opened up fire at Matty's Devastators, and I did absolutely no damage. Only hit twice and filled a wound. Then Eamon Ra opened up fire with his Butcher Cannon at the Leviathan, and the bullets bounced off. However, his Soul Burner was able to take 3 mortal wounds off the beast here. So, that's shooting done. Not much damage. It's going to rely on combat now. Can my Demon Prince make it in and damage the Leviathan? And can the Zangor hold up the Vindicator here? Let's go roll some dice. So, that's the end of the charge phase. And I declared a multi-charge with my Zangor against the Vindicator and the Leviathan. I had to tie this Leviathan down. It is deadly. It managed to kill 4 of the Zangors who came charging. However, I made an 11-inch charge and have tied them both up, allowing my Demon Prince to come in, suffering no damage. That's your charge phase done. Let's go on combat. Let's see if we can bring down these mechanical ones. And that's the end of the combat phase. My Demon Prince struck with his axe and did 3 wounds onto the Leviathan. Matty's invulnerable save saved 2 wounding shots come through. And my Zangor did no damage to either of the vehicles here, and they suffered another 3 died from the Leviathan. So I'm going to use 2 command points to keep them in combat, to keep these vehicles locked here, to stop them backing off and being able to shoot me. And that's the end of my turn. We have no victory points because I've just started defending Objective 6 over here. I couldn't get Assassinate, and I can't get behind enemy lines this turn. So, we're going on to Matty's turn 1. And what's he going to do about these demon forces in his lines here? It's going to take some good tactical thinking. Let's go see what he does. So, on to turn 1 for the Iron Hands, and Matty has drew Secure Objective 1, which is in the centre of the board on the road here. He also drew Secure Objective 2, which is in far corner by the Crash Valkyrie and well into my line. And Supremacy, so he has to hold 3 objectives. He has one here and one here. There's an objective over here by the statue, and objective 1 is there. It's going to take some clever thinking to claim them. Let's go see what he does. That's the end of movement for Matty on turn 1. The mighty Dreadnought here has fallen out of combat, while the Warlord, Captain Perseus, strides forward, ready to engage these foul Chaos Beasts, ready to smite them in the name of the Emperor. The Vindicator can't pull back anywhere, it's jammed up, and over here these troops are moving in support. The Ironclad getting ready to support his brother Captain there. And then on the far flank, this Vindicator, he could have gone for the objective here with a lucky advance roll. However, their forces of chaos close by, and it's turned, ready to lay its firepower onto these foul spawn. That's in the movement phase. Let's go on shooting. Let's see what the Iron Hands can do. And that's the end of the Iron Hands shooting turn 1, and it was devastating. Thunderfire cannon shot him here, annihilated 2 of my Enlightened here, leaving only the champion left on this unit. And then everything else that could shot at the Demon Prince. And plasma guns and ball pistol rounds came in, ripped apart his mortal body, sending him back to the warp. And now we're going on to the assault phase. Perseus gets ready to wipe out these vile chaos scum. Let's go see what happens. So that's the end of the combat phase. Brother Captain Perseus here struck down one of the Zangor, but the remainder of his blows were turned aside by the dark powers that protect these beasts. And in morale phase, I failed my morale with my Enlightened here, so I had to use a command point to re-roll it, because I need objective 6, I need to defend it, I need to get points. And that's the end of the turn for the Iron Hands. He has no points, however, he does get Slave of Warlord, putting him in the lead at this moment. Let's go on to Thousand Suns, turn 2. Start turn 2 for the Thousand Suns. I still have Assassinate. I need to kill one of the characters behind him lines, and I drew Secure Objective 4, which is here, held by Matty's Devastators. It's going to be tricky to get that. Let's go on movement phase. Let's see what we can do. And that's the end of movement phase for Thousand Suns. Araman has flown on top of the gantry here, ready to lend his magical support to Thousand Suns. Ibn Ra has strode round the refinery, getting closer to the Iron Hands. My last Enlightened flies over this way, ready to try and get into Matty's lines and get me a victory point. This squad of Ruben Marines have advanced down the road. Need to get them closer to the Iron Hands Marines so I can start killing them. And then the Red Ray has opened. A squad of Ruben Marines here have came out. I'm still out of damage range. I can't do anything this turn, but next turn, if they're still alive, they're going to burn these guys to a crisp. And over here, the Scarabcle Terminators have deep stuck onto the board from the Silver Tower and have got ready to destroy these Devastators. That's the end of movement phase. Let's go on psychic phase. Let's see what we can do. And that's the end of the psychic phase. Araman opened up with the dark powers of a warp and blasted 2 wounds off Brother Captain Perseus here. And then the Scarabcle Terminators came in with Tadicius Firestorm, which doesn't have to be a close model, and took another wound off him. He's took 3 wounds in total. And then Araman cast Warp Time, and Amon Ra stepped through a gap in reality and reappeared here, ready to charge a Leviathan and get close to all of the Iron Hands here. That's in the psych phase. Let's go on the shooting phase. Let's see how much damage the Thousand Suns can do. And that's in the shooting phase here. Amon Ra would fire with his butcher cannon at the Leviathan, and the bullets bounced off the adamantium hide of this metal beast. The Soul Burner, hidden in his fist, was able to take 1 wound off him, but he's still very much a threat, standing tall and proud, facing the Thousand Suns. Over here, however, I used my last command point for Veterans of the Long War on the Scarabcle Terminators, and they wiped out the Devastate squad holding objective 4. So that's open for me to claim next turn. That's in the machine phase. We're going on to combat. It's time to see if Aim Ra can kill a legend and bring down the Leviathan Dreadnought. So that's the end of combat phase of Thousand Suns, and it did not go well. Aim Ra came in, struck with his sword in his fist, but they bounced off the refractor field off the Leviathan. He then suffered 1 damage in return when the Leviathan charged it into the building. So, a bit of a stalemate here. However, with Captain Perseus was able to destroy my last Sangor here, freeing up the Vindicator there, who has a good line of sight against the Marines coming down the road. Let's go and look at objectives. Let's see how many points we got this turn. So, end of my turn, and I got behind him lines because Aim Ra is deep in the Iron Hands deployment. Let's go on to Iron Hands, turn 2. So, start turn 2 for the Iron Hands, and their high command wants them to push forward to get out of their corner to strike back at the Thousand Suns. He still has supremacy, he still has secure objective 1, and he's drawn defend objective 5, which is here by the Imperial statue behind my Marines here. The Iron Hands need to push forward, the Iron Hands need to take back some ground. Let's go on movement, let's see what he does. So, end of movement phase of the Iron Hands. This Vindicator has came this way, ready to engage through the Marines and block their route into the back lines. Over here, Brother Captain Perseus has ordered his men to withdraw. He's ignoring commands coming in. He's getting ready to take out Aim Ra and secure his back lines, so giving himself a good position to strike back at the Thousand Suns. And here the Ironclad Dreadnought has moved to engage. Aim Ra ready to tear him down with his siege drills. Okay, that's the end of the shooting phase. Over here, this Rubik Marine squad took damage from Vindicator, but most of the damage came from Thunder Fire Cannon, which killed 2 of them and used tremor shells. These guys are moving slowly next turn. And over here, small arms fire came in from all the squads and destroyed Aim Ra. However, when he died, all the dark energy that was powering him exploded all over the squads here, severely damaging some of them. And then the Vindicator opened fire and took out 3 of my Terminators here. A nasty turn for the Iron Hands. That's the end of it. There's no victory points. Now we're going on to Thousand Suns, turn 3. So, start turn 3 for Thousand Suns. I still have secure objective 4, assassinate, and I drew secure objective 3, which is here. At the moment held by Vindicator. However, my route means here are troops, so if I can get there, I can claim that one. So that's in the movement phase for Thousand Suns. Over here, I had to advance, and because of the tremor shells, I only moved 5 inches all told, but I am within 3 of this objective, so I should be claiming that. This squad of Rubik Marines have continued their slow advance down the road, getting ready to open fire this turn. Auerman has just pulled back a bit, so he's not closer to the enemy. And over here, my Scalp Cult Terminators and my last Enlightened are moving around runes, getting ready to lay some firepower upon the Iron Hands here. It's getting close now. At the moment, I have Matty pinned back. However, I've lost a lot of hard-hitting units. I need to do some damage this turn, otherwise he's going to punish me. Let's go on psych phase. Let's see what we can do. So that's the end of psych phase for Thousand Suns, and the powers of the warp must be raining upon the battlefield. I tried to cast Smite here, but it didn't go off. My Aspiring Sorcerer here in the Scalp Cult Terminators tried to cast Ezekiel's Firestorm, and it did not go off. However, over here, this Aspiring Sorcerer cast Glamour, protecting his unit, while Auerman was able to cast Warp Time to advance him a bit further and take 2 wounds off Vindicator with Smite. That's in the psych phase. Let's go on to shooting phase and let's see what we can do. So, at the end of shooting phase, my last Enlightened and my Scalp Cult Terminators shot at the Ironclad Dreadnought here. However, the thick armour protected it. The Rubik Marines here opened up fire at Vindicator and did 1 wound. And then over here, this unit of Rubik Marines opened up fire at their War Flamers and they burned the Vindicator, causing 5 wounds of damage on it, severely damaging it. However, that's the end of my turn. I'm not going to charge because I don't want this to fire Overwatch and kill me. Oh, do I? You know what? Actually, we'll charge and try and tie it up. Let's go and charge phase. Let's see if we can kill it. So, in the charge phase, I took no damage in Overwatch, and I got an 11 for my charge, so I have surrounded the Vindicator. It's not going anywhere, it's going to need rescuing. So, end of the combat phase, and I was unable to do any damage against this mighty tank here. However, it reversed, it tried to get away and squished one of my Rubik Marines. However, before we go on to Mighty's turn 3, I do get secure objective 3. Start Mighty's turn 3 and he still has supremacy, he still has secure objective 1 and he still has defend objective 5. Let's go see what he's going to do. And that's the end of movement phase for the Iron Hands. This tactical squad will move around here, supported by Brother Captain Perseus, ready to lay some firepower down on these Marines here. The Vindicator has stayed put. The Leviathan stayed put. This will be the first time this game it's actually been able to fire. And over here, this squad of tactical Marines, the Lieutenant, are moving around here to rescue the Vindicator and destroy these Rubik Marines. And finally, the Ironclad Dreadnought has came through the doorway and he's going to go out here and kill the Scout Terminators. Let's go on shooting phase. Okay, that's the end of the shooting phase and it was deadly. Small arms fire bounced off the Rubik Marines and then the mighty Leviathan opened up fire. Even severely damaged as it is, and with Glamour Siege upon them, it was enough to wipe them out, destroying all of them with only a little bit of help from the Vindicator here. The tide is turning, the battle is slowly being won by the Iron Hands. My Scout Terminators are down to just the Aspiring Sorcerer, and he faces down a mighty Ironclad here. And over here, this squad took no damage because they're locked in combat. However, the Iron Hands are coming with vengeance in mind. Let's go on assault phase and let's see what the Sons of Gorgon can do. That's the end of the assault phase, and the mighty Ironclad ripped apart the Aspiring Sorcerer here, tore him limb from limb. While over here, the Dark Powers protected the Rubik Marines, they suffered no damage, and then the Aspiring Sorcerer struck at the Lieutenant here. He wounded him, got past his armour, and Matty rolled a 6, keeping him alive on 1 wound. That's the end of the Iron Hand's turn. There's no victory points, but there's very few Thousand Sons left. We're going on to Thousand Sons, turn 4. So, start turn 4 for the Thousand Sons, and I drew Arcane Right. I have to control 1 objective, and my opponent has to control none. And the only one they're controlling is number 4, with his Ironclad. Arman's up there. There's a chance I can take this if I destroy this beast. Let's go on movement phase. Let's see what we can do. So that's the end of the movement phase and psychic phase. Very quick now. I managed to cast Smite and take a wound of Vindicator. And over here, Arman flew onto objective 4, cast Smite, and the Ironclad is onto 2 wounds left. I'm going to have to charge it, and I'm going to have to kill it. But that's where glory lies, and that's what we play for. And over here, Arman flew in on his disc and struck the mighty Ironclad down. He still holds objective 4. So I am getting secure objective 4, and I was going to be getting Arcane Right until we realised that over here, this tactical squad is holding this objective now, denying me that Matty holds an objective. I had to make sure he had none, so I'm not getting that. And I think I'm going to bin that one because I don't think I'm going to get it. Let's go on to Iron Hands turn 5 and let's see what Sons of Gorgon can do. So, in the movement phase, this tactical squad has moved around here, getting within 3 inches of the objective. Over here, Perseus has summoned his men, and they're going to play some firepower onto this squad here, because this tactical squad and lieutenant have fallen back. Logic overrules passion. The need for glory is overridden by the logical solution, which is to shoot the Rubric Marines off the battlefield. The mighty Leviathan stays put, and Vindicator moves up here to claim Objective 1. Let's see if the Iron Hands can destroy the Thousand Suns. So that's the end of the shooting phase, and indeed end of the turn for the Iron Hands. The Leviathan did actually have to move to fire at the Rubric Marines. However, it made little difference. They were annihilated, wiped off the face of the battlefield. Over here, the Thunderfire Cannon took 3 wounds off Auerman, and then Matty stopped shooting. Because if Auerman dies, we're going to we say it goes on to the end of the turn, and Matty has a 66% chance of getting at least 2 points for supremacy, which will make him win. However, that means there's a 33% chance of him winning 1 and losing. He needs another turn. That's why Auerman lives. So we're going to roll dice to see how many points he gets. It's a 1. So at the moment it's a draw, and we're going on to Thousand Suns turn 5. Let's see what Auerman can do. So start my turn 5. I still have Assassinate. I drew priority orders received, which I can't do because my warlord is dead, and I have Big Game Hunter, which means I have to kill one of the Iron Hand's precious vehicles. So end my movement phase, I move around here. I'm going to try and kill the Leviathan, and then I'm going to try and kill this lieutenant. That's how we win, with bold action and glory. Let's go to psych phase. Let's see if we can do it. So, end of the psych phase, and I cast Smite. I got 9. I needed 1 more, and I'd done D6. However, I only got D3. I did 2 wounds on the Mighty Leviathan. I did no damage with my shooting attack, and now I'm going to charge him and the lieutenant. If I manage to pull this off, I've got a good chance of winning. If not, well, at least it'll be fun. Let's go roll some dice. Okay, that's the end of the assault phase, the end of the turn, and indeed the end of the game. Auerman charged in. He took a wound from the heavy flamers. Then Matty got 6 hits with the storm cannons. 4 wounds. 4 plus saves needed, and I made 3 of them. The last shot got through, severely wounding Auerman. He cast his last spell. He's teleported off the planet back to his silver tower. He's aware defeat to the Thousand Suns this day. What a bloody game. At the moment, we're drawing on points, but the way we're playing it, Matt would have another turn to draw more cards and claim points. So it's a clear victory for the Iron Hands here. Really good game. If only I'd got Death X off on the Leviathan at least once this game, it might have made a difference. But it didn't happen, and Matty played really well. The Iron Hands have victory. The Thousand Suns have been destroyed and defeated. What a very good game. Thanks to Matty for playing. Thanks to you guys for watching. Till the next one, take care and keep on 6s.